Let's start with your reading, Sagittarius. Today, we are going to look into your recent past, current energies, and near future, and then we will immediately clarify in order to find out more details about your messages. Now, let's begin right away with your reading. Wow. I can already see the whole message over here. And honestly, I can tell that you are going through a lot when it comes to a very important situation, but you have something surprising coming your way and we'll look into it. Now, the main energy for the reading today is the Emperor. You are ready to take control back in a situation in which you don't feel in control at all. There is a need here for something to become more predictable instead of always changing and transforming in very unexpected ways. Now, with the Emperor, someone here might be also looking for something more long term, for something more traditional, but they might be struggling to understand if the other person is on the same page or not. There is a strong bond, strong connection, but what else? Where is this going to go? So definitely many questions to answer here. Now, in the recent past, we see the Hangman and the Lovers. We can immediately understand the extent of the intensity of this connection. This is something that maybe happened very easily, very naturally, at least at first. The two of you really fit well together, and opening up to each other wasn't something that needed to be thought about or that needed work. It really happened quickly and effortlessly. Right away, it felt as though the two of you were on the same page, understanding each other like no one else before. It's as if the moment the two of you walked into the room and seen one another, you immediately knew this was going to happen. No other possible alternatives, options. The person walked into the room physically or maybe just digitally. If you see them online, you immediately said, that's the one. That's the one I want to be with. That's the one I'm going to be with. But obviously with the Hangman, something created a delay. Something blocked all of this, and we'll have to see what that was. Now, in the present, that's where maybe you are feeling at your lowest. We see the Nine of Swords, the Five of Swords. You might currently have a hard time understanding what this person's priorities are. You are definitely not sure anymore if the two of you are actually on the same page or not, and if you've ever been, for that matter. Something has happened, something was said perhaps, and it was very hurtful. It was a hurtful discovery. And now it feels like the two of you are just millions miles away. Someone here is afraid that the love is gone and that balance, very delicate balance, is gone as well. Maybe it will never come back. Will it though? We'll see. We'll clarify this message to see if there is anything else about the current energy that you should know about. Now, look at this. Knight of Wands, Five of Wands. It looks like the conflict in between the two of you, which showed up actually with the Five of Swords, it's soon going to transition into an internal conflict, potentially within this other person. Someone here is afraid to lose you. And every time they go through that fear of losing you, really losing you, their behavior changes. And they do what they do when they're afraid of losing someone they love. It's a pattern that keeps repeating over and over for them. But someone here is planning a conversation, a message, a move that you're not expecting with that Knight of Wands, wanting to say something, but it's delayed because they're trying to anticipate your replies as much as possible. What you might say, what you might do. Will my Sagittarius block me? Will they even listen to me? And they end up postponing this whole thing. For how long? We'll have to see. So let's start clarifying then. And let's begin with your recent past. You know, the first thing that comes to mind looking at these cards is that someone was definitely coming in with a lot of baggage over here. With the six of swords, we see someone who is still working on moving on from something. Someone who is still hurt by something, whether it is something that has happened with you or with someone else. They are still healing from that. It's still part of the process, and they are having a hard time dealing with it. Now, the thing is that whatever has happened in the past, it's like this person ran away from it. They didn't really confront the issue. They didn't really get closure on the issue. And now everywhere they go, whatever they do, they find themselves in this conflict that at times they don't even know about, but that soon is actually going to come up on the surface, and it's going to be very clear to them. Now, we see that every time something becomes very emotional, every time they feel that special bond and connection with someone, they immediately revert back to an energy that instead is very little emotional. And so what you might have seen from this person was someone who at times was very emotional, very much there for you. And then all of a sudden they would disappear or they would change. And this was very, very confusing to you because you're saying, I can tell that this person cares, but at the same time, they do things and say things that are very hurtful. And I don't understand where those are coming from. What the hell is going on here? And so it can be very, very confusing to deal with someone like this, especially because there are two sides and you see both of them, but not at the same time. So you're like, is it just because of the weather? Is it because I said something wrong? What is this about? And if there is no communication, then the situation falls apart. Now, let's see what's going on in the present. Let's clarify the current energies. Yep. Look at this. I mean, it's absolutely clear what you are looking for right now. We have the Ten of Pentacles with the Emperor main energy, Ace of Wands, and Justice. So it's clear that at this point, you're feeling the need for more, Sagittarius. You're feeling the need, as we were saying, for something more concrete, something official. Right here, you know deep down, and that's why you feel conflicted, that maybe this person, from what you know so far, it might change, is not that person that can give you this. And so you're caught in between two opposite forces. You're at a crossroad because you're saying, I want something concrete. I want something that I can rely on. And I want it to be with this person, but I know that it's not going to be. So what am I going to choose? A life of guessing? Or a life where I can actually start predicting what it's going to happen, but not with the person that I want, at least right now. Right here, you're just tired of having to guess. And you realize that the more you let yourself being involved in these type of situations, the more you're forgetting who you are and what's important for you. In other words, you lose yourself in this situation. So now you're saying, am I supposed to be with this person and lose myself, or walk away from them, which I don't want to do, and maybe find what I'm looking for? So it's definitely a complicated place to be in, and you're just wanting for someone to be bold. You know, you want something, just say it. You want me, just say it. Fight for this. Don't just sit there and expect me to do all the work, you know? So very complicated dynamic and position to be in, Sagittarius. But hang in there, because as you see, things are going to change. This Five of Wands keeps coming up. There is definitely communication. So let's see what you have coming up. Oh, look at you. Yes. All right. Listen, this is when things are going to change, but they're not going to change just because of what this person is going to do. In a way, this is very much triggered by you and by an overall shift within you. And this is the shift that I see here, especially with the High Priestess. I mean, all these cards actually talk about the shift. Two of Wands, High Priestess, and Hangman. You're starting to realize that you need someone who makes it clear that they want to be with you. Tell me what you want already so that I can move on with my life and be done wasting my time and my energy. It's clear that you feel tired of chasing dreams and setting your heart for breaking, when instead you should just break away from this person and from anyone who puts you in this position. This position right here, the Hangman, which comes up again. It's absolutely clear. And we see that because of this change in mindset, because of you with this Two of Wands starting to look ahead and not waiting for this person to do something, to say something, now we see that message coming in and we see a new beginning. Maybe the beginning you were hoping for, that more stable beginning that takes you from the Ace of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles over here. So right here, we see that things are going to change, but they can change only if you start demanding, Sagittarius. If you start fighting for what you want. And if you don't settle just because you are attaching an outcome to a specific person, you know? It's not easy to do. And I mean, people and specific turn of events, those are the things that motivate us, makes us fight. But we need to learn, and I was just saying this to the previous reading with Leo, we need to learn how to separate what we want from how we want it to be manifested. We need to develop that confidence into the universe, saying, you know what, I want this, I'm gonna fight for it, but you show me how it's going to become reality. I'm not going to force it with someone and maybe realize that I'm just wasting my time. Whatever it is that you really want, Sagittarius, is still coming your way. It's actually closer than you think. But right now, you need to understand that in order to move to the next chapter, you absolutely need to stop to stop settling for things that are not good enough for you. We only accept the love we think we deserve. Do you think that this is what you deserve? Or do you think you deserve more? Now, we see this information with the Ace of Swords, and that's something that, you know, it's really showing that transformation in the approach that this person is adopting. But how much of this you should trust, Sagittarius? Let's keep looking into this reading. Let's see what all of this is going to be about. Let's see what this Ace of Swords will bring to you in terms of information, and what this Ace of Pentacles new beginning can actually lead to in the next few months. Also, let's see what else you have coming your way next that you should know about today and you should start preparing for. Let's keep going with your reading, Sagittarius. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free, personal, live 45-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning and Wednesday morning now as well to try to select more people. Please make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Sagittarius. The bridging energy, wow, very powerful. Taking us from this current situation to the incoming events is the Tower. And by the way, the Tower, and I see the star already down here. There is the Five of Pentacles in between. The Tower is, as you know, followed by the star, number 16, number 17. But we have to look into this Five of Pentacles as well. Overall, whatever information is coming up next for you will change, fundamentally change the dynamic of this connection once for all. Right here, we see potentially the admission of the truth, a blow of pride, and also overall unexpected reveals. There is a new beginning, and we'll have to find out if it's going to be together or it's going to be apart. But at the end of the day, you should already know that it doesn't really matter, because as long as you start moving towards what it is that you're wishing for and that you know you deserve, you shouldn't expect things to happen in a specific way at a specific time with a specific person, because otherwise you're already setting yourself up for failure, and we do not want to do that. So we see overall here that you have this information with the Tower, Ace of Swords, and I do believe that it connects with that Five of Pentacles as well. Let's see what that is going to be about, and then we'll keep going, clarifying the messages, and see what else is coming your way in the next few months. Oh my God. There is something that this person is going to say directly or in between the lines, which is really going to make you understand where their heart is at. Right here, we see someone